A few months ago, I compared Air India and IndiGo in business class. But let's be honest, most of us are sitting back here in economy, where the real battle lies. Today, I'm flying both airlines again, from Mumbai to Dubai. But this time, it's their A321neos in economy going head to head. Let's find out if Air India's full-service product is worth it over IndiGo's low prices and efficiency.
Good morning. I'm here at Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport, or as most people call it, Mumbai Airport. Today, I'm flying with IndiGo, and their international flights depart from Terminal 2. So let's get inside. I've only flown with IndiGo once before, and that was in business class, and I thought it was pretty good, especially considering how cheap that ticket was. Today, I'm flying to Dubai in economy, so let's see if the standard seat holds up just as well. Let's go. One thing to watch out for with international departures is that you can't use mobile check-in. You have to do it at the airport. And considering how long some of the queues are usually here, it's worth showing up early or just pay the 600 rupees to get fast-forward access. So that's priority boarding, priority check-in, etc.
Once I got my boarding pass, I went straight through security and passport control. Airside, it's the usual duty-free, shopping, and a pretty decent food court with a nice range of options, lots of seating, and great views of the airfield.
It looks like there's a couple lounges to choose from here in Terminal 2, but I'm just going to go to the one closest to my gate, the Adani Lounge. Let's go check it out.
The lounge is split into a few parts, with a central seating area, more off to the side, comfy recliners, a dining room with a hot buffet and choice of salads, amazing views over the gates, but let's see if the bar has what I want.
Hi, do you have any sparkling wine?
No, I don't have one.
No?
I have a still wine, like a white wine.
Okay, then just a white wine. Thank you.
I guess that's another X for the champagne scoreboard. Alright, let's head to the gate.
Before I get on board, let me tell you a little bit more about IndiGo.
IndiGo is India's biggest airline and the world's largest operator of the Airbus A320neo family. They currently fly a massive fleet of over 400 aircraft, mostly A321neos, alongside regional ATRs and recently introduced 787s. They operate over 2,000 daily flights to over 140 destinations across India, Asia, the Middle East, Africa, and recently as far as Europe.
Alright, let's see what India's largest airline has to offer.
I already see something I don't like the look of out the window here. Never seen these ramp-style airstairs before, but anyway, here's the brand new 1-month-old A321neo we're flying on today.
Alright, so we just got on board, I'm settled in my seat. This is the latest version of the economy seat. I'm going to wait for everyone to finish boarding and let's get in the sky.
Let's have a quick look around the seat. It's a very thin, slim, low-cost airline seat. Not the most comfortable, but for a few-hour flight, it's absolutely fine. There's even a medium amount of recline, I'd say, and the legroom is at the very low end with 28 inches of pitch. And the delays? On the very high end.
Oh man, so we've been on the plane for about 90 minutes now. We had a 30-minute air traffic slot delay, and then just as we were about to start moving, there was a medical emergency. So the plane went back to the gate, a bunch of people deplaned, then the ground crew had to get on and check everyone's hand luggage for safety. Now that's finished, but the doors are still open, people are walking around all over the place. I have no idea what's happening, so let's see.
About another 15 minutes later, we actually started moving for real. Just to be clear, I'm not blaming IndiGo for the delays. Medical issues happen, it's part of life, and they dealt with it professionally. With that said, let's get in the sky. The crew were quick to jump to action, with the pre-ordered food service starting only 15 minutes after takeoff. I had the chicken jungly sandwich, which you might recognize from my previous IndiGo video, and for 500 rupees, it's definitely overpriced. The drink service is separate, and so I had to wait another 30 minutes for the drinks trolley to make its way down the aisle. The drink is included because I bought a sandwich, but I just wish they could both be served at the same time.
It's just another normal A321 toilet, although I don't really like these misty taps they have. Not much water comes out. I know it's meant to save water, but I feel like you end up just keeping the tap on for longer to wash your hands. Anyway, let's get back to the seat. Entertainment-wise, there's nothing here apart from a magazine, so I'm going to put my headphones in and get a little bit of a nap in because I am exhausted right now, so I'll see you for the descent.
I woke up as we were well into our descent. You could just about make out the Burj Khalifa in the distance before we touched down in Dubai.
I'm back in Mumbai. Same airport, same route, different airline. Let's see what Air India's service is like in economy. I've flown Air India twice before, once in first class, once in business class, and today it's time for economy. Let's go check in. There were a bit of queues at check-in today with Air India, but nowhere near as big as the queues I had the other day with IndiGo. And another thing I've just noticed is my aircraft has been swapped. And this brings me to an interesting point about consistency in Air India's fleet, which I'll talk more about once we get past security. Alright, so I've just made it through passport control, and if you guys can give me a like and a subscribe for the pain I've just gone through trying to explain to the immigration guy why I've gone from the UAE to India to the UAE to India back to the UAE in the space of 3 days, I'd appreciate that. Now, let's talk about the aircraft swap. Air India's got quite a diverse fleet, and especially since it merged with Vistara, it now has a whole other set of planes with different seats on board. I was originally scheduled to be on an Air India aircraft, but that was swapped to an ex-Vistara aircraft. Now, I'm not complaining because they're generally considered to be better aircraft, but it does raise an interesting point that when you're booking with Air India, you can never be exactly sure what aircraft or seat you're going to end up with. Whereas with IndiGo, you know on all their A320, A321s, you're going to get the same seat, so you've got that consistent experience at least. Air India are currently renovating their fleet, but this will take years, so until then, this sort of thing can happen. For now, I've already shown you the airport and the lounge in the last half of the video, but that doesn't mean I can't go, so I'm going to go to the lounge and I'll see you at the gate.
I did enjoy a quick beer in the lounge before making my way to the gate. And here's the 4-year-old ex-Vistara A321neo I'll be flying on today. You can see how they've slapped on an Air India sticker until they get around to fully repainting and refurbishing the acquired fleet.
While I'm waiting at the gate, let me tell you a bit more about Air India.
Founded in 1932 as a private company, Air India was nationalized in 1953, leading to years of decline until its recent return to the Tata Group and the merger with Vistara to restore its former glory. The airline now operates nearly 200 aircraft, including a diverse mix of Airbus A320s and A350s, alongside Boeing 777s and 787s. They fly to over 100 destinations across 5 continents.
Alright, let's get on board.
Unfortunately, I'm not flying in business today, but here's a quick look at the lie-flat business class seats, which is nice to see on a narrow body. There's a few rows of premium economy behind that with the middle seat blocked, and then my home for today, the economy cabin.
I've just sat down in my seat 22A, and I just remembered I've actually flown on this aircraft before, back when Vistara was still Vistara, flying from Delhi to Goa. I was up front in the premium economy seats, so today it's still my first time flying in economy on this aircraft, so let's have a look around the seat.
This seat has slightly more padding and it feels more comfortable, with an adjustable headrest too. The recline is average and the legroom is just as low as IndiGo at 28 inches. With boarding complete, we started taxiing towards the runway. About 30 minutes after takeoff, the food trolley service started, and unlike IndiGo, Air India offers a complimentary hot meal on board. I had a chicken noodle main dish, which tasted okay. Nothing special to be honest, but it was absolutely fine for a short economy flight. I honestly cannot remember what this dish was, maybe someone in the comments can let me know. And there was a small sponge cake for dessert. Drinks came at the same time as the meal on this flight, so I didn't have to wait another 30 minutes to quench my thirst today.
These toilets are really tiny and cramped, and there's already a mess of toilet paper all over the floor. But apart from that, not much more to say, so I'm going to head back to my seat and wait for us to start a descent.
Back at my seat, Air India has the entertainment trifecta. An IFE system with a decent selection of Hollywood and Bollywood movies, an international power socket for your devices, and in-flight Wi-Fi. Although, despite the crew announcing the Wi-Fi was working, it wouldn't connect for the first half of the flight and only started working towards the end, where it ended up being pretty slow anyway. Oh, and one thing I've not mentioned because it's not Air India's fault, but this flight was a complete nightmare for me because the passenger next to me wouldn't stop leaning over right in front of me to look out the window. Even after I asked him nicely to stay out of my personal space, he kept putting his face right in front of mine. At one point, his hair was brushing against my lips. That's how close we're talking. When I lowered my window shade, he'd reach over to put it back up without asking. I was losing my mind. Anyway, my ordeal was almost over as we started our descent and with a lot clearer views of downtown Dubai today. And look at that, we've got a gate right next to our brother aircraft. This is the one I originally wanted to fly today before the aircraft swap. So, is Air India worth the extra cost? It depends on what you're looking for. If you can snag a seat on an ex-Vistara jet, then the seat is comfortable, IFE is included, and there is Wi-Fi, albeit a bit patchy. But you cannot guarantee the aircraft, and even Air India's new 320s don't have Wi-Fi or IFE screens, although you can stream to your own device. Until the refurbishment is complete, it's a bit of a gamble on what hard product you'll get. While IndiGo offers a very basic service, it's at least consistent across the fleet. You know what you're getting, and it's usually pretty cheap. Let me know in the comments if you've flown either airline and which one you'd go for. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, till next time.